The following is a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network.
From the birthplace of modern winemaking, Sonoma, California, welcome to The Winemakers. Local experts Sam Couturi, Bart Hansen, and Brian Casey invite you to listen in as they discuss all facets of winemaking. So sit back, pour yourself a glass, and let's hear what the guys have to say this week.
That was perfect.
I've been practicing. Actually, I haven't. I'm not sure how often I pour wine anymore.
I don't know that I saw you. Did you pour any wine on Sunday? You seem to be the
maybe for the camera crew.
Object
I think
the camera crew.
Only pretend. Only pretend wine. I didn't pour real wine. It's the subject of my own documentary. But I just don't know it yet.
Yeah, it looked like a reality show was going on.
Felt like a reality show.
Yeah.
With like fluff news pieces.
My morning show with Shauna Davis.
Yes.
Tasting all the cheeses. Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Winemakers.
Good thing I'm not shy.
And we're talking about S.O.R.B.E.T, the event that
That's all everybody's been talking
we're
about
all
for the last
still
couple of days.
a little wiped out from the weekend. It was just a super long day, and then we extended it a little.
Well,
further.
it was a 12-hour day. Half of it was the tasting, and half of it was dinner with Chris Cottrell.
Yeah.
That was an amazing dinner.
Yeah. I don't know another opportunity to sit down with Morgan and Joel Peterson, Chris Cottrell, Katie Bunchu, Chris Tynan, Matt Crutchfield, Will Buckland, Blair Guthrie,
MJ,
Sam Couturi.
Sam Couturi was there?
Yeah.
Not sure. I mean, I know I was there. I'm not sure I was there.
the amazing Ali Badar.
Oh,
Right.
just a moment of silence for how hard Ali Badar worked to pull off S.O.R.B.E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah, smashing success. I mean, I think that's the only way to rate it.
The thing that everybody keeps saying, and like the emails that I've gotten, and when I was talking to Dan this morning, Bigfoot, and is how serious of wine drinkers the crowd was. That it was like they gave a shit. They were tasting things. They were taking notes. And, maybe they were having fun by the end, but there was no, like, obnoxious drunk people.
There were not, yeah.
There was, like, they were...
Everyone was spitting, yeah.
All of us have our former experiences at Fort Mason.
Right.
Most of the time for Zap.
Right. There was no purple-stained sidewalks.
Yeah.
No smelly garbage cans.
Yeah. And it was sold out.
Yeah.
And what else can you say? The cheese was great.
The cheese was so good. Oh
I
my
hate
God.
that we were turning people away.
Well, there's benefits and drawbacks of being on national parkland. One is the ABC doesn't have jurisdiction. But they were pretty serious about their 250 people cap on that room. So, sorry if you got turned away. Buy tickets earlier next time.
It must have looked really good on the gram. Larry, who runs Roan Rangers, reached out.
I saw that
and wanted to know about that space.
It's a great room. I don't know.
I like that it was small.
Yeah.
Because it just made it like everyone
Intimate.
filled it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't overwhelming. Like, like you could, walking into wine tasting or tastings that I've been to and poured for Lassiter, it's like, I'm overwhelmed, even though I'm working it. And when I get my, 30 minutes to go around and be like, who do I want to taste? It's like, I have no idea. But here it was like super intimate. You could take your time. You could go to every table if you wanted. You could peruse the room and then, make notes of your favorites or what. It was a really nice, intimate.
As long as you could get through
hang with
the
all
Peterson
of our best
Marioni
friends.
corner.
Yeah.
What's up with Marioni?
That was the busiest corner of the
he's
whole
like
room.
a rock star.
He's natural wine Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bagger actually said
They
that
had
on
a
on
cab
there. Love you, Dan.
blend. He had a cab blend that was like giving Barolo vibes.
Yeah.
It's natural wine, right? So it's gonna taste a lot older, a lot faster. But it definitely tasted like an older Barolo to me for sure.
Yeah. No, and his Grenache Gris, the one with skin contact that's kind of like pink. It looks like pink lemonade. That's usually my go-to over at Dose Bar.
I didn't taste that. I didn't taste anything. I didn't taste anything. I had a glass of my wine the whole time. No idea what I tasted.
I was very focused on making sure that I got some Stone Edge Sauvignon Blanc, new vintage 23. Oh,
yeah.
Which we have.
Oh, look at that. Funny you mention it.
Which we have. And then Tidings was there.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That Moon Mountain Cab is hands down one of my favorite Moon Mountain Cabernets.
I mean, that was one of, going in, it was one of the things we kept hyping, like the range of wines that you're going to taste there from, all over the valley and all over the, style spectrum. But, having people as serious as Reed Graham Griggs there with his really serious wines and his blazer, across the aisle from David Rothschild and his ratty old Ravenswood wine, Ravenswood No Wimpy Wines t-shirt, just kind of like drove that point home for me. Next to Cayman, next to Jean Dubois, next to Donham.
Right? Reed and I get fruit from the same, that's the same vineyard.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's Moonridge.
It's Corbin's vineyard.
So my
Corbin was there.
Corbin was
there.
Yeah, Corbin was
came
there.
down off the hill. He didn't put pants on, but he came down off the hill.
So we get fruit from the exact same lot right there.
Cool.
Reed and I have been talking about. We talked about trying to get together and invite Tim Milos, who's the winemaker for Corbin Cameron, and doing a comparative vertical tasting.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I've been making wine since 2016, and I think that Reed has as well. And then Danny Fay, who was right next to me.
Oh, right. That was the little Corbin Cameron corner there.
Yeah. He used to make wine from Corbin's place until him and his brother-in-law, Matt, started their own company and bought a piece of land and then started taking care of the vineyard by themselves. So now they do their own Cab Franc.
The Quebec vineyard.
Yeah.
Cool. So you happy with everything?
Yeah.
You guys ready to do it again?
Definitely.
Smartest part of the whole day that I saw was the T-shirts had no date on them, so they can be used.
Oh, I need to get a T-shirt. Is there a way to?
Yeah.
I could sell you one.
Okay, perfect.
I had to buy one.
Wait, in my size?
I don't know what size are you.
Dangerous question. Dangerous territory. Moving on.
Well, no, but are we able, for people
Yes.
who didn't purchase a shirt or didn't have time to do that, is there the ability to do that? And then how do we do that?
Well, I think the simple answer is just to reach out to Living Root.
Living Roots.
They told me they were leaving them all with Morgan because they were not taking them home.
Okay,
So reach out to
S.O.R.B.E.T.
Right.
Or,
Yeah. Reach out to Allie.
Allie. Okay, perfect.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll hook you up. We are drinking. We got a weird little hodgepodge of bottles on the table. This. Oh, where's my glasses?
It is Grenache Rosé from the Juliana Vineyard.
Yeah,
Napa Valley, made by Matt McDermott.
Mac McDermott, who has been in here to the tasting room
a few times.
I introduced you to him on Vinyl Sunday.
Right.
He's interested in getting some Roussan and some Grenache from Rossi.
Yeah, I think I need to call him back.
How do you think this is very blue pink? This Grenache Rosé. And
okay, number one, let's mention that the two of you on that side of the table make a rosé that is barely perceptible as a rosé.
I'm just wondering.
You actually had one
how he
called
got
White
this
Rosé.
color.
White girl, white rosé.
I did not say white girl, white rosé. Okay, I said rosé blanc.
Well, maybe it's just Saignée and has a little bit more color. Or
Yeah.
It's still it almost tastes like he threw in a drop or two of some red wine Syrah.
Yeah,
to
it's
make
got a
it
little
right, 'cause it
tannin
has a
on
little-
there.
Yeah.
little grip,
Yeah.
little tannin.
Yeah, I like that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I've tried to do it, and the wine still comes out freaking white.
You're like, we have to put more?
More, but then it starts to taste like it. So
Yes,
it's a
yeah.
dangerous game.
It is a dangerous game.
Yeah. But we're going to get him, I think, on the show at some point. We'll see if we can lock down a contract.
He has to buy
Rossi
grapes
fruit.
first, and then he can come on
Once
the
we
show.
get that signature.
Well, then
I like
I can
this.
ask him.
This is a good policy.
This is very nice,
Yeah.
though.
What were you guys' favorite wines that you tried the other day? You got just a couple favorites?
I pass.
So the only actual glass.
Actually, you know what? I stopped.
Oh.
the freaking Gloria Ferrer bubbles, the Blanc de
Yeah.
Blanc, the Blanc de whatever they poured me, was great.
Yeah.
And it was great to have them there. And, you know, that was sort of like one of the bookends that really made the whole thing for me. So I will give a shout out to our friends down there at Gloria.
Well, that was their first vintage of being organic. Which is-
You mean it makes better wine?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Who knew? Who knew?
What a concept.
Mine was the rosemary cake bread Galaga Grenache. I just love that wine. Can't get enough of it.
I can tell you what other people were digging on, at least at the table. I was working at a couple tables.
Same.
600 takeover.
So I was at the Rossi Ranch, and everyone, it was the three favorites, hands down. Well, actually, and then there was a fourth. But it was the Grenaches were the Auditet, the rosemary cake bread, and then the Maybon.
Oh, yeah.
Which was mostly Grenache, little Mourvedre, and then I think like 2% Syrah or something.
And that was the 23 Maybon that they dropped off here.
Yeah.
That was Phil's wine. We stole it and poured it at the tasting.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I like the Carlisle Grenache.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Rossi.
That's
So
lovely.
that was the one that people were really attracted to, was the Carlisle, both the Zinfandel and the Grenache, and everyone seemed to know, like you were mentioning, people were pretty savvy in that room.
Yeah.
They seemed to know that Carlisle was going out of business, and they were just waxing poetically about the wines. I mean, I had couples that said, "Oh yeah, we have vintages at our house going back like 10 years."
Nothing like going out of business to make your winery super popular.
Shout out Jeff Cohn.
What I got to work at all three tables too, and the excitement at the Enterprise Vineyards table was awesome. Like seeing people super stoked on the different formats of packaging that we do for EV wines was really cool. And then there was a barrel sample of 24 Liquid Sky Cab.
What?
Who was that from?
What's his name?
Oh,
Is
Matt
another
Turner?
Matt Turner.
That was
who
great.
is the winemaker for the Ink Grade wines that Carlton McCoy was talking about.
Not just Ink Grade, but yeah, like three other labels.
And
too.
we're getting that fruit right because
Yes.
I like
We
that.
we have several barrels of 2024.
I approve of
Liquid
that
Sky.
Cabernet.
Well,
And he
coming to
was
a wine
super
club
cool
in the
guy,
next
too.
5 years.
Yeah, I got to chat with him briefly, and just
Well,
super
just
sweet.
Being that approachable out of a barrel sample,
Yeah.
like just very smooth.
And then someone made me open the box of EV Red.
Oh, did
It's
Twisted
so
your arm?
good. It's
That-
so good.
They're
No,
like,
I think
well,
we should have. Yeah,
we were at the tasting room last week, and we tried the white. We bought the white, but we never got to try the red.
perfect.
Said-
What a great setting to open a box of red wine.
It was my first time opening the box by myself.
How'd you do?
I think I did pretty good, but it took a second. It took a second to be like, oh, wait a minute, where's the thing?
I get some emails about that. It's okay.
It's part of the
It's
adventure.
the learning curve.
Yeah, not everyone is, and it's not a commercially done box like Franzia
Right.
that's made
A
for
little.
kitchen wine. So yeah, it's done by people. There's a little imperfection about
That's how you
not
know-
everyone is
That's
exactly
how you know
the
it's
same.
16600
There may have been a couple that have been upside down over the last couple of years, but
or an entire batch covered upside down.
yeah.
Learning curves.
All right. Pour pause.
Poor pod. Stone Edge.
Oh, always a pleasure to try your marvelous Mourvedre too, or
Oh,
mostly
thank you.
Mourvedre.
Mostly
Mostly
Mourvedre,
Mourvedre.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely the people who came by the table and were tasting through my wines. I mean, you always have your people who are Syrah lovers, but a lot of people were really surprised by the Mourvedre because I think they were the mostly Mourvedre. They were expecting a bigger, meatier version, but it's light and playful. So,
Light and playful.
That's really good. Nice job, Alejandro.
Right?
And 23 Stone Edge Farm, labeled as Sauvignon Blanc.
ooh, very grapefruity.
81%
Mhm.
Sauv Blanc,
Yes.
19% Semillon.
I just want to smell it.
From
It's
the
very-
I
Silver
love
Cloud
the
Vineyard.
aromas on this.
Yeah. Just makes me want a Paloma.
Welcome to We Hang Out and Drink Wine and We Don't Talk About It episode of the podcast. This was great. You'd love it.
It's so fucking good. So we were gonna kind of talk about listener questions today.
Are we done recapping Sorbet?
I don't know what's the plan. Did you guys ever talk about
What's
like
that?
this is a annual thing? Like
I mean, I think that was implied.
I think it should be.
The thing that we really want to do with it, I mean, the goal was, and why it was in San Francisco and not Sonoma, was to go where the people are and not make it have to be a $1,000 weekend of travel and hotels and dinners and all that. It was a $65 tasting. The thing that the dream is other places, other cities, in California and around the country. So we're looking. You're trying to figure out LA maybe. The challenge is Sonoma maybe doesn't carry quite the sway in Los Angeles as it does in San Francisco.
I don't know about that. I more worry about everyone, because the amount of people that were able to just drive to San Francisco in 45 minutes.
Right.
Can you get them all to come down to an offsite?
Well, we would get the people.
You mean like the
wineries?
All the industry people.
I mean, they travel all the time.
Yeah, LA was. I mean, we floated that to different people, and I think that there's traction there. I think that just based on how this went, I know there's wineries that didn't participate that I've already reached out and said, "Hey, make sure we're included in the next one." And so there's some cachet to it. It's and we managed to we sold 230 tickets, which means that we have seed money to go into whatever is next. So that was big goal. While you guys were hanging out drinking a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc I didn't know about, waiting to go to dinner, Chris Cottrell and I were talking about how we could do something in New York, maybe not a big walk around tasting, but something fun that kind of keeps the idea of sorbet, the name of sorbet, moving forward. And that's the thing, is when you have a weird name, you got to just fucking lean in and just sorbet everywhere.
Well, it's easy to remember.
Right?
Well, here's my question, and I don't mean this as a knock. It's called an educational tasting, right? So, like, in my mind, when you have an educational tasting, like, there's a seminar or two. And I think I kind of got a question from people I told it about, and some at the tasting. Do you think you would be interested in incorporating some sort of seminar? I
think you can get me and Morgan Twain Peterson to speak on any panel you ever offer to us. So if we get to make our own,
there you go.
Probably. I mean, that is the piece that was missing, was that
those cutouts were really cool. The posters that Allie put together.
Oh yeah, there were definitely there was a lot of beautiful information, and like all of the people who are pouring at that tasting are so knowledgeable. I mean, that's the whole point, is like,
how many winemakers were actually at their table?
Well, that's something I pointed out too to people, is like, most of the people pouring are the actual winemaker or the farmer behind the table. Not to dock people who come there who aren't those people, but I mean, it's a different experience when you get to talk to somebody who's directly involved in either growing or making the wine.
But I think for sorbet, it even makes more sense than any other. I mean, Moon Mountain District makes sense. You want to highlight the AVA, but the whole idea behind sorbet is organic, biodynamic, regenerative, and I think the first question people ask is, what's the difference? And to do a seminar where someone like your dad, and where you get farmers that actually talk about
the
different vineyards, and then you get the winery owners or the winemakers talking about why they're farming that way. Like, hey, we're Donham. Do we have to farm this way?
Right.
And I mean, an educational part would be amazing.
You're Monte Rosso. Do you have to farm that way? You can sell those grapes forever.
Right.
Do you have to farm that way? And they do. So yeah. I think that's definitely on the block. We're meeting next week, I think, to with the committee, the sorbet committee, to figure out, debrief a little bit and what the next steps are.
But even doing it again in San Francisco, I mean, I think twice a year, just because it is sort of easy, and you guys have kind of knocked out you've kind of laid the foundation for it. And so, the next one you do will be easier, and the next one after that will be easier, where everyone goes, all right, grab your wine.
From your mouth to God's ears, Brian.
Right. I mean, you kind of know the process. Yeah. It was the first time.
Totally.
Like, how do we get a space? How do we?
Again, shout out to the Bedrock team and Allie, but it was we basically stole the HVS tasting event, the Historical Vineyard Society, and then added to it. Emily Rasmussen was there. She was one of the people who sent a question and asking how sorbet was and what we're going to do next. Desire Line's family, and she runs HVS tastings. And the cool thing that she thought we did was the vineyard tables. There was a table for Rossi Ranch, there was a table for Monte Rosso, there's a table for Bedrock, and a table for Montecillo, plus the Enterprise Vineyards sort of catch-all. And they're going to do that for the next Historical Vineyard Society thing. So there's this little like sort of nexus of building momentum on all this stuff. It's pretty cool.
Just having the smaller brands there was so cool, and just it being like a safe place to drink wine. Like there's so many times I'm at giant tastings and I have a moment to try and I'm like, who's organic? Where can I drink? Right. And it was so great to just be like, they're all organic. We don't have to worry about it. Like I'm not going to be drinking herbicide. Yeah. It's fucking great.
And all these wines are good.
Yeah. They were all really good. Yeah. No.
It did require a little bit of just at the beginning, being at the Rossi Ranch table, at first it was kind of confusing for people. They're like, okay, wait a minute. Right. Why are all these different wines on the table? Labels, and then I kind of realized, oh shit, okay, this is going to require a little bit different conversation with people when they approach the table. Right. So it was just kind of setting it up. And it would have been great to have a
map or something.
A map, hands down, a Rossi Ranch to kind of show people with a little historical value, even a little takeaway or something.
Next year, you're in charge of maps.
Yeah. Well, Galoni's coming to town.
We'll get him on some maps.
We have to sign up by Friday.
We've signed up.
Great. All right. Okay. I've been off a couple days.
You got the email about it. I didn't.
Okay.
Anyway. But I mean, I don't know. Sorbet was great. It was super fun for me. I think everybody else had fun. So just if you didn't make it this year,
who was it? Was there people that you really wanted to go that just didn't join, or it was just too soon for them, or they didn't want to, buy in, or
like as far as wineries go? Yeah. I'd have loved to get a couple more like big players there. We had talked to Benziger early on, but they never really sort of bid on it.
They were there.
Oh, they were there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm like,
way to pay attention, Sam.
Chris Benziger was there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And Buena Vista would, they buy a bunch of fruit from Enterprise Vineyards actually. So to have gotten their grapes there. There's a few others we pretty much had. Anybody? Sophie James would have been nice to have there.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of other like organically grown vineyards in Sonoma Valley that weren't there. Can you think? I can't think of anything.
I'd like to see Sophie James anywhere. I wonder about Sophie James. Like, is it a real place? I've never had any of the wine.
It exists in the digital world, Brian.
And supposedly they make sparkling wine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Never seen it.
Scott Schultz. Yeah. I've actually picked it this morning.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Good job.
So what's going on in the vineyard, Sam?
What's happening in the vineyard?
Oh, shout out to John. Let's
is that the first what's happening in the vineyard since we lost John?
I think so. And I was thinking about him yesterday because at Oliver's they have like a little like hot lunch kind of like buffet kind of thing, and they had cassoulet in the in there. And so I got some, put it over some rice, and I was thinking about John and his cassoulet. And Joan is going to be here. I don't know if she showed up yesterday, but she wants to get some wines.
Re-up on the
Mama needs her juice.
Her Joan juice.
The Joan juice.
Make homage blanc just for Joan and Brian.
Yeah. And the guys at Gloria Ferrer, I was talking to them the other day at Sorbet. They said they're picking already.
Yeah. They got some sparkling in. The sparkling's happening. The Sauvignon Blanc's happening tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. In case any of you want to join me, we'll be picking 3 bins of Zinfandel for Verjus at the Brachere Vineyard.
I got my sound effects in here. You guys can't hear
it. Over there, Brian. The learning curve is
Jasmine Verjus.
That's not what we're calling it. Yeah.
The green drop.
The green drop.
The green drop. And here's a question, since we were at dinner the other night drinking champagne with 6 different varietals.
Oh,
in there?
7.
Seven.
Okay, so there are 8 that are legally you're able to put in the
Okay.
champagne, which was completely baffling to me.
I mean, I thought of I knew of 3, right?
I'm Chard, Pinot Meunier,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So why don't we do that here?
They do.
Who?
Who does?
There's sparkling. Oh no, all 7.
All 7?
No, I don't know who.
I mean, I'd never seen a bottle that proudly said 7 Cepage. How do you say How do you say 7 in French?
Set.
Cepage.
Olivier Moriot Solera 7 Cepage
Set.
champagne.
Set.
You
have the set. Do you have the set Cepages? Can you list them?
No, I mean
No.
just the
Some
3
of those
we did.
grapes,
And then
I know there was some shit on there.
know,
All right,
yeah.
I'm gonna look at
and
it.
I think Pinot Gris was one of them.
Yeah, I know Pinot Gris is allowed in champagne.
So Chris Cottrell brought out the big guns the other night for our dinner at Anchovy, and
Yeah, shout out to Anchovy Food and
Anchovy
Service.
Bar, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they dealt with a large and unruly crowd
With
very
like
well.
12 courses, and it was awesome.
And also took wonderful care of the gluten-free member of the party.
and if I ever am going to war, I am
completely
bringing
spoiled.
that server
Yeah.
with me. She's in my foxhole. She was unfazed by anything.
Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, Chardonnay, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, Petit Meselier, Meslier, and Arbonne, Arbanne. That's the 7. I don't see an 8th.
Improper information on.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trusting AI.
AI.
Right? So it could be wrong. Could be wrong. Could be right. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
We'll never know. Have to ask AI.
Yeah. All right. So what you guys plan? You're gonna go pick Zen early.
Early, because it's getting hot. I mean, it was at like 14 and a 2.7 pH at the end of last week, and we're going for 15 to 16 and right at just under 3. So it should be right there.
And you're the one that wants the Verjus. Tell people what is Verjus and why do you want it?
So, with the movement of people not consuming as much alcohol as before,
Boom. Drink more
I don't
better.
have a sound effect
Drink
for that
more.
one.
Just drink more Orb.
we've had a few lovely customers get sober but still want to support us. And when it comes to non-alcoholic wine, you got to really get in there and do a lot to the wine, and it just never tastes right. The weight's wrong and you're manipulating, and that's not really our brand, is to over manipulate. So, and I've, scribed as a lovely Verjus. I've had it in some spritzes and I've had it on its own. And I just think it's an organic way to enter the non-alcoholic market, and it could be enjoyed by everyone, and you're still having, a fruit product that's not over manipulated, and it doesn't contain alcohol, and, it's delicious. Like, we were pretty stoked on that bottle that we tried for research.
But chefs historically use Verjus kind of sometimes in place of vinegar, possibly.
Yeah.
Like
It's got a really
marinade,
high
deep
acid
deglazing.
content. Yeah, it's fruity, it's bright, it's acidic, it's great for cooking, great for salad dressings, great for shrubs. And
So it's
Great for
basically
cocktails.
you go.
yeah, great for cocktails. Yeah, it doesn't need to be for the non-alcoholic market, but it is an option that we can offer, because we try to get creative here at the tasting house and have sparkling water, and if Brian's feeling fancy, he'll
If we
put
get
some
creative with our sparkling water.
Well, we'll put a peel of something in there and some herb, and try and lift it up a little
You're
bit.
making
And
herb sparkling. Never mind. Wrong herb.
every now and then, we'll get a pregnant person that's along for the ride on a bachelorette party or something, and we
I
want to
have
make her
done
feel
actually
special.
cutting of fruit at this
Yeah,
table we're
exactly. That's what I was
sitting
gonna
at.
say. Like, you've
Yeah.
definitely done this.
Yeah.
It's another step of service. It's being accessible for another person.
So a verjus is when normally in a vineyard, when everything is turning color, and you're going through veraison, you will go out, you'll have your vineyard crew go out and cut off the grapes that are kind of behind. They're not turning color as quickly. They're not verating as fast. And so in order to...
A green drop.
Yeah, a green drop. In order to do, to achieve more of a uniformity when you're picking, and in the cellar, you'll go out and do a green drop. And so instead of just letting that fruit drop on the ground. Some people make a verjus, which means kind of green juice.
Right.
And it's very acidic because the acid in these grapes hasn't dropped yet, which is kind of the same time as color change, right? So they're a little behind. But it really, if you like things with high acid, it can be really fun, especially, shrubs. I love shrubs. So
Same.
yeah,
It's kind of like apple juicy.
it's
It's like an elevated apple juice.
Yeah.
Elevated apple juice. So we're actually not gonna do a select pick. We found a little corner of the little south bottom corner of Prashera Vineyard. We've been down there. We're kind of slopes down towards the creek.
Yeah.
Half of it is basically, when I was out there last week, half of it is basically still completely green.
It's like cold and there's shade of the tree.
There's shade. So we're just going to go through and we're going to fill up. So that's the big unknown.
Yeah.
Is how much juice you get.
Yeah.
And we haven't really found a number for that because it's like, it's the average of when you pick a ton of grapes, you're going to get 60 gallons or 120 gallons, whatever. 60 gallons in a barrel. For this, we're going to go pick 3 bins.
Should we guess? Should we all do a little guess?
A little pool on it?
You're going to pick how?
3 bins. So that's the other thing is 3 bins of unvariated grapes. I don't know how much that's going to weigh.
Probably we're going to get like 40 cases.
Jasmine says 40 cases.
I was going to guess 100 gallons a ton.
100 gallons a ton as opposed to like 120, 160?
Well, so for cab, the number is like 150. For Grenache or bigger berry grapes, it's like 155, 160. And then white can be anywhere from 160 to 170 if it's ripe.
Right. So you're thinking we'll get like 2/3.
So I'm thinking it's going to be less juicy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be less juicy. It's definitely going to be less juicy.
And then what do you do to it? So, because there is some sugar, right? So does it want to ferment at all?
It's going to need some sort of biological arresting. It's going to need a sterile filter or something to make it so that it is stable.
Because if there's any sugar when you bottle it, it'll want to maybe even kick off if it's warm.
Isn't the pH high?
Yeah,
enough
the
to
thing
where
about it is
it'll
there's so much acid that it's not going to be an environment that yeast are going to want to live in happily. I think more you're worried about other types of bacteria doing weird fermentation things, not like a wine grape make into wine kind of fermentation, if that makes sense. How'd I explain that for somebody who's not really a winemaker?
That's good.
Okay, great.
And you're going to do it in stainless steel or
I mean, that's the thing is it's going to be in bottle as soon as
but if you're not fermenting
so you
you don't need to do anything.
Press it. We're going to put it into a stainless steel tank, keep it really cold, let it settle out, whatever sort of solids are in there, and then bottle it. It'll be bottled in a couple of weeks probably. At the most. It all depends on how
labels
much time.
Are in, wax is ordered, glass is happening.
Don't tell her the label. Don't tell her
has ever done
the labels aren't in yet. The labels aren't
I don't do the labels.
yet.
I push the labels.
All right.
Shout out to Brian. This wine is fucking great.
Yeah. This is how many of these are left, man?
About a case.
You opened one for us.
We're drinking a unicorn.
I love
Apologies
like
to
every
everyone.
6 months opening a bottle of this.
Yeah.
Wait.
Every time I do
This is
to me, it
Brian's
just
wine.
gets better.
This label says Sonoma Somm, Sonoma Valley Roussan, winemaker, sommelier, Brian Casey.
Rossi Ranch 2019. And this is, it now tastes like I wanted it to taste right away.
Yeah.
The Somm turned winemaker didn't have the patience.
I think he did. We were bottled and selling
Sold
ours
out
when
by
it
the
was
time he was
still
fucking putting it in the
fermenting his. Yeah.
That's because it wouldn't stop fermenting. And I put my ear up there. I kept hearing tick, 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 tick.
Lab results.
Oh, I feel like if I go to France again for a month, the same thing's not going to happen again. So.
No, because he actually works here now. He's not going to be able to get paid a ton of grapes for a month of work in the tasting house.
The big deal was actually working at a place where you buy the wine for the place.
Oh, right. Yeah.
When you make wine and
explain
you are
that,
the wine
and
buyer
then you're
somewhere,
the wine buyer?
that's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, that's a inside,
as long as the wine's
inside
good.
trade.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll put this by the glass at 4 different bars in this hotel. Oh, we're sold out. Weird. How'd that happen?
And for me, I wish it had more acid, but it didn't acidulate. It just, this is what it was.
I think it's tasting brighter now than it did back then.
Those weird sort of flavors that I didn't understand before have all gone. And it was fermenting flavors.
Fermentation flavors. Yeah.
For me, it was like when I first tried it, it was like wide and like big and just thick. And now it's just light and elegant and pretty. And
yeah,
I wish there was more.
Yeah, totally.
I miss our 100% Roussan. If we have another bumper crop year, I think we should do that again.
2025.
Why not? Add another one.
Add another SKU.
Yeah.
We got two more white SKUs that we're adding this year. Make it 3.
I have all white wine club members. They love it.
All right. Should we hit a question?
Let's do it.
Blair Henry, who I think bought the first ticket to S.O.R.B.E.T. Thank you, Blair.
Shout out to Blair.
He was great.
FMK, fuck, marry, kill, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. This is a tough one. To describe.
Wait, what?
Fuck, marry, or kill. So you have to pick one. That one that you sleep with, one that you marry, obviously different ones, and then kill one of those.
I can't do it.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Can I pick polygamy? Take these grapes to Utah and get married to all of them.
Those are 3 of my favorite grapes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Blair.
All right, I'm going to go bold.
Okay.
Marry Grenache. I'm clearly married to Grenache.
Clearly.
Fuck Mourvedre. Oh, that shit's hot. And then Syrah's great, but you can clearly replace it with Alicante.
So I'm opposite of you. I'm marry Mourvedre.
Right, mostly.
Fuck Grenache and then kill Syrah.
Kill Syrah. So we're
Yeah.
Syrah's died twice. You're killing
Syrah.
Syrah.
You just need so much patience to drink it, man. It takes forever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm immediately regretting my decision because that 21 Dos Limones Syrah was one of the things that I drank at S.O.R.B.E.T. out of Magnum, and that was fucking killer.
Yeah.
I miss the 19 still. I might buy them back from New York. I'm still thinking about it. If you're in New York, buy the 19 Dos Limones Syrah. It's
Wherever
fucking
you
great,
can
and
find
we're
it.
sold out.
Or just come get Magnums here.
Oh, yeah. We have Mags.
No need to go to New York.
Could probably order it online from some of those shops, though.
Brian, what's your 3?
I mean, I love Grenache. And it's a toss-up between Mourvedre and Syrah. I don't know.
I think I'm on Danielle's. I'd fuck Grenache, marry Mourvedre, and unfortunately kill Syrah, even though I love it.
Syrah caught it on this one.
But here's the thing about Syrah is that it is kind of
The thing is, you can't kill Syrah. It's fucking invincible, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it is it's the structure, it's the
power.
skeletal thing that is holding up that wine. But there is other things, I guess, that you could use instead, like Alicante, Petit Syrah. I mean, there's some, but nothing quite like Syrah.
I do love Syrah though. But you can make Grenache and Mourvedre so light and pretty and fun and cold, and then you can make them deep and brooding. And I feel like it's hard. It's harder to make that a light
You can do the
Syrah.
same thing with Syrah. You just have to grow it in the coldest frickin' area you can think of.
I got a question for you guys. Actually, I got a couple questions
And then
for
you
you
gotta
guys.
sit on it for 25
winemaker
years.
people that I've always wanted to know. So, let's say like Syrah and Cab that have substantial tannin to them. Have you ever made a wine? Have you ever made a Syrah or a Cab where you go, you know what, this thing's too fucking tannic. Let's run it through a really fine micron filter and try and filter some of that out?
No, you use egg yolks, egg whites.
Yeah, you would filter it using a different.
But have you ever
Fine it.
done
You'd
that?
fine
Have
it.
you ever said, "Oh shit, this wine's too tannic"?
I walked into a winery
With cabs,
once.
yeah.
Walked into a winery once and there was like 24 dozen eggs. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And you're like, oh, we're finding too tannic of Cabernet.
I think that there are other ways to mitigate tannin before it's too late, before you get to a fining stage.
But that has to do with how hard you press, right, at the beginning.
The vintage more than anything.
No, because
And
that's
isn't it
just
like
press wine. Like
barrel?
you don't have to include the press wine. I mean, if you're in a situation where you have to include the press wine,
So
then
time on
finding it would
skin.
be. So it would be time in the vineyard, hang time, right? Because tannins naturally break down and soften when the skin break down and soften. It would be ferment hot and fast. Get it off the skins before the alcohol gets high and you start to break down those different tannins that you don't want in the wine. And then let it finish off skins. And then blending, you can always blend away a little bit of the tannin color. Like you get a really colorful varietal, say Malbec or Syrah, and you blend those together to add a color ratio to that tannin, because color and tannin will bind. So there are other ways you can do it.
Oak.
But if you just end up, oak to use to soften. But if you end up with a wine and you're stuck and you can't do any of those things, then you would find. I think filtering is probably the last resort, because filtering a wine through anything is going to strip it.
Right.
So.
But then
It might not actually
work.
take the tannin out. It'll just take out a bunch of other things that you wanted.
Right. But with oak, you can soften the wine, but also if you leave it too long in oak, right, you can get oak tannin.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a different type of tannin. It's a different structural tannin in your mouth, and it reacts differently. I mean, there are some people who leave their wines for like 3 years in barrel. It depends how, it all depends on how you're fermenting and how the air exposure you get during fermentation to how long you want it to sit in the barrel and get air exposure through the breathing barrel. I mean, there's different ways of making wine all have their path, So when we would make wine where we're mitigating tannin by fermenting hot and fast and getting it off the skins, we don't want it to sit in barrel for a long time, because we've done, pump overs and stuff with adding air we're adding air in the fermentation process. And then if you let that wine sit in barrel for too long, then you kind of get like a whiskey lactones barrel taste.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But, then there's Arrowwood who would leave their wines in barrels for 2 to 3 years. But they're not fermenting hot and fast. They're fermenting, they don't go above 80 degrees. So yeah.
All right. How about malolactic fermentation? So most people know what that is, turning the malic acid into lactic acid, which gives mouthfeel, weight. So do all red wines go through that?
Most, I would say 95%.
At least.
When wouldn't you do that with a red wine?
If you still wanted to keep that bright acidic flavor.
Like a chilled red?
I don't know, like a Beaujolais?
I was going to say a Nouveau would be the first thing I would think of that doesn't go through, but I don't know that for a fact.
But the thing about not letting it go through malic is then you have to filter it before you bottle it, because if the bottle gets too warm, it's going to spontaneously go through malolactic, because malolactic bacteria is naturally occurring in the grape.
Right. So on whites, when do you decide when you want it to go through 100% or when you want to add an enzyme to stop that process?
You don't add enzyme, you add sulfur.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and
so
filtering.
Maybe you could use something more
Filter at
powerful than
bottling.
So
sulfur.
for Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, varietals like that, you want to stop that process.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Sauvignon
Rosé,
Blanc, sometimes you can go through partial mallow.
Not
yeah.
a fan. Yeah. Robert Pepe.
Not a fan of the partial mallow Sauvignon Blanc.
Not a fan of 100% mallow on
Yeah.
certain varieties.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering
like
who makes
Semillon.
that call. Like, when do you make that call and how do you do it?
So you just you are testing the barrels to see what their RS values are. I mean, this is coming from a winery where we have the funds to send out for testing, but you test the residual sugar level, and once it gets to a certain point, you just stop it with sulfur. And then you continually monitor the barrels until you're ready to bottle. and then you could just keep making sure that the sulfur level is high enough so the malolactic can't grow. But malolactic is very sensitive to sulfur, so you don't have to add that much.
Sometimes the wine stops itself on it. It's just like there's a certain amount of malic acid, there's a certain amount of bacteria, and you watch it. If you're doing fancy like ETS testing, you go, oh, it started at this malic acid and it ended up with this lactic acid, but there's still a fair amount of malic acid in there, which isn't a bad thing. You can have both mouthfeel and freshness and all that things that wine that hasn't gone through malo can bring, and both red and white will do that.
Okay,
you good?
Yeah, totally. Because with this wine, I remember Bart saying at some point we can stop the malolactic fermentation. Maybe he was talking about adding sulfur. I thought he was talking about adding some kind of enzyme.
No, it's sulfur. Just sulfur.
Okay.
Yeah, or filtering it, or keeping it really, really cold.
Because you get mouthfeel from the wine being on the lees, like just specifically talking about.
Yeah, you can do sur-lees, or you can do batonnage, where you stir the lees up in the barrel and give it a nice mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And at Lassiter, we used to do that with the Sauv Blanc. We would stir it every other week.
Batonnage.
Yeah. And we would ferment it ferment it in barrel and then store it sur-lees.
Yeah, it's delicious. It got warm. That song, the
I know. When it warms up a little bit,
it's like
the butterscotchy stuff.
Butterscotch and honeydew and a little cantaloupe in there.
Can you tell you kind of started something new last week? Can you talk about it or no?
I'm unsure of what you're referring to.
Professionally? Where are you going to be making your wines?
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do an internship at Annabelle Wines.
Cool.
Katie Wilson?
With Katie Wilson.
One of the stars of S.O.R.B.E.T.
Who had like seven wines there.
She was actually my first mentor, because my first internship I got was at Cayman Wines. And she was the assistant winemaker there. And we actually lived together. Back in the days when wine used to make money, they would rent her a house. And so I got to live there. I did pay rent, but I got to live there with her as an intern. So we spent a lot of time together that first harvest, and it was really great. And so, I was just kind of looking for a place, one, to make Jambes de Bois, and two, to just keep my head in the game. And so she offered me a part-time lab / hybrid cellar position. So I'm excited to go work there and work with Pinot, which I've never, I worked with Pinot a little bit because Katie did make her wine at Cayman, but I'm going to get to work with Pinot and Chardonnay at a much different scale that I've been exposed to, and also some other varietals that I haven't made before. So I'm really excited to be over at Annabelle.
Yeah, Picpool.
Picpool.
Yeah.
Grenache Blanc.
Grenache Blanc, Marsanne and Roussanne, which even though I drink, I've never made. I've never been involved in making them. And and being able to work in the lab means that I collect all the samples, and I probably get to taste whatever I want. So I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, they planted their own Picpool because they were getting it from the Snow Vineyard, and then they're like, fuck this, let's just plant it.
Yeah, they have it. It's right next to their tasting room, actually.
Brian Casey, Sonoma's #1 Picpool expert.
I'm a Picpool person.
Have you guys brought anything in yet?
No. I'm thinking, I don't know when they're bringing in their first stuff, since I'm just there part-time. They're just like, don't even worry about starting until first week of September. Oh. So I was just doing some training, going over SOPs, standard operating procedures, and
knowing where the eye wash
stations are and how to make the chemicals. And and then I've been in there just doing a little bit of Jambes de Bois maintenance on the 2024s. And so, I'll start up first week of September. I'm super excited.
Wait, 2024 is like what?
What I made for Jambes de Bois?
Yeah.
Grenache Mourvedre, which is 50-50, man. It's like 50% Grenache, or 48% Grenache, 52% Mourvedre.
So it's still mostly Mourvedre.
It's still mostly Mourvedre, but you can't do that on the label unless it's 75%. So I had to, but I can put both. Okay. So it's called Grenache Mourvedre, and then I have, of course, my Moon Mountain Cab, and then my Foxy and the Hound Syrah.
Cool.
Yeah. And we tried to make Gamay, but
What happened?
As
Didn't
my-
cooperate.
my first attempt at being a natural winemaker did not work out. The wine had great structure, but man, you know, the essence of nail polish really isn't great.
Really?
So
Ethyl acetate.
ethyl acetate, yeah.
So what happened?
So we brought it in. It was a very small amount. Like we're talking, didn't even fill a half-ton picking bin, and I think it was like, I don't know, 300 pounds or something like that. And so we covered it with like not saran wrap, but the plastic that you put on top of tea bins. We put that in, and we put a bunch of cold water and ice on top of it, and put it in the back of the barrel room, and let it kind of do its own carbonic maceration back there for about 5 days. And then I pressed it and put it into a tank, but the smallest tank I had access to was 350 gallons.
Right.
And we barely had enough wine. Like the temperature gauge wasn't coming up. And I kept going over there, and it took off by itself. It was fermenting when we pressed it, and it was doing really well. And then I was like, I'm kind of getting a whiff of ethyl acetate. Like, should I give it some air? Should I warm it up? Like, what should I do? And so we kept trying to do a lot of things, and everyone I was talking to was like, it'll blow off, it'll blow off, it'll blow off. But I was like, man, this is really strong. And what I should have done is just throw some commercial yeast in there, so it could take over, because whatever was going on in there was ethylate producing, so ethyl acetate producing. So I just yeah. So unfortunately, that went down the drain, or it went into the lees bin.
The legal answer.
It did not go down the drain. It did go in the lees bin. Yeah. So I'm gonna do another attempt this year, most likely. I haven't made the final decision. There's a bunch of people who want that Gamay, so we'll see.
To sell, you mean like the grapes?
Yeah, they want the grapes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sell the grapes. It's 2025. If you can sell grapes, sell the grapes.
All right, you got any more questions on there?
So another serious one from Blair. Tariff Watch 2025. What's been the impact on your businesses so far? Shit is more expensive.
What? Oh,
Tariffs. Barrels are more expensive. That's the big one.
I saw something that might not be true, but it was saying they like made an agreement that European wines aren't going to be tariffed anymore.
I mean, that's the
Yeah,
biggest
the
problem
news
with the
keeps
tariff. The tariff
changing.
watch is
What
Yeah.
time
who
is
the
it?
fuck knows what's going on. I think the biggest thing is it's pressure on the distributors and the importers who are
already under pressure.
We're already under pressure. I mean, we haven't, and I don't blame them. We haven't had a ton of contact with our distributors since all these tariff talks started happening, because they're just trying to figure out what they're going to do and how to pay for wine that's on the water and the whole thing. So I think that's, what we said all along was the distributors are going to get hit the hardest, and that ripples down to us. Even if you're a small American wine producer, doesn't mean you sell more because of it. Here's one maybe for the wine pairing experts at the table from Carneros Christie. Favorite new or unexpected pairing?
Your red wines with sushi at Valentine's Day were pretty interesting.
That was this year, if you don't recall.
Was it?
Yeah.
She's
Christ,
straight
so
up.
much. Yeah, that was fun. I mean, dealing with umami flavors and red wine kind of seems like
No, I
a
guess that was last
no-brainer.
year. That was last year. Sushi
Was
and
it
red wine.
last year?
It was last year.
Okay.
We did sushi.
No,
this
we
year.
did Fiorella this year.
Ah, that's
Right.
right.
Valentine's Day, which was also great.
All the dishes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had something in mind, but I can't
I
quite
feel like
remember
we
what
had
it
something
was.
recently that was like, holy shit.
Oh, that's what it was. The other night at EDK,
Oh,
we were drinking Rioja.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
It was like a 2010
Yeah.
Rioja, and it was the first day they had squash blossoms on the menu.
Mm.
And it
Ooh,
wasn't the
yum.
actual
Those are my
squash
favorite.
blossoms. It was the
puttanesca kind of sauce on it.
it was the black olives and the tomatoes in it. That probably had a little bit of vinegar or something in them, and that with the
Totally transformed that wine.
brought the fruit out.
Yeah, that was wild.
But I mean, that's a
It's not new or
It was-
unexpected. It was unexpected, but not new.
No.
Or maybe new, but not. Never
Yeah.
mind. Also from Carneros Christie, are there any varietals you wish you could grow here? Gamay.
We are growing Gamay here. I mean, technically, I call it Carneros, but it's like
Yeah.
on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
From
It's on
Sonoma
the
Valley.
line. I mean, look around S.O.R.B.E.T. What can't we grow here?
I know. I was trying to think
Yeah.
what we can't grow in Sonoma.
Yeah, I think everything's able to grow in California.
Or in Sonoma Valley.
Yeah.
We grow great Cab. We grow great Bordeaux varietals, great Rhone varietals.
Anybody got any Ionica
Burgundy
around here?
vinyl.
Fuck with that shit. I don't know.
I guess we can't make ice wine.
Yeah, it makes it
That's the problem.
Yeah. Which is actually funny. Somebody said one of the last questions here. If money and time were no object, would you make brandy, and would you make dessert wine?
I would if money and time were no object, yes, I would make dessert wine because I love a good Sancerre.
Yeah.
A good
Sauterne.
Sauterne. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I would make a dessert wine, but I don't think I would make a brandy.
See, the funny thing about making dessert wine, or at least like I have a barrel of port going to Magnolia.
Yeah.
And one day Jasmine's looking at me like, no, not another SKU.
On purpose?
Well, I mean, it
Sometimes
wasn't.
Mother Nature dictates.
Yeah, it was 2020. I think we started last year, and it just like was something that we had the chance and it didn't really fit, and it wasn't going to go dry.
Yeah.
So then we actually took some brandy from an unnamed source high in the Mayacamas mountain range, just over the Sonoma County Napa County border, somewhere in the sky. And they had some brandy, and so we poured some brandy in there to stop it. And it doesn't take it. It's a barrel. I guess I'm gonna have to pay Jack $100 a year or whatever to store that barrel there for in perpetuity.
Yeah.
But making dessert wine doesn't necessarily take a ton of time or money, and you don't have to sell it very fast because it's not gonna get bad.
Well, and that's good because it doesn't sell
Because
very
it doesn't
fast.
sell. Yeah, exactly.
That's my problem with dessert wine. Yeah, everyone loves it, and it has its purpose. Like at the end of dinner, a hunk of blue cheese with a Sauterne or a.
Yeah, but that's the
Porto
thing.
tonic
You only
wine.
want to drink a tiny glass.
That's the problem.
No, you
you
throw
only
some
want
tonic
like
in it.
2 ounces.
I'll drink a ton of it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, I would like to make white vermouth. That would be lovely. But
What do you make vermouth?
I have no idea.
Uni Blanc?
I mean,
Oh, no,
I think
maybe
you
that's
can make
brandy.
vermouth with basically any variety,
Yeah.
but it's about like the infusions and I guess leaving it sweet. Or do you add sugar? I have no idea.
So we can ask Michael Muscardini. He did
makes
that
it, right?
10, 15 years ago, and he was using botanicals from his house.
Mathiasen does some vermouth too.
Yeah.
It's doable.
All right.
Does it sell?
We
Does it sell
tried
to people who
for
don't work here?
years.
That's
I
what
know.
it is.
Well, to me, I think of the market of all the restaurants that don't have like spirit licenses, like
Anchovy Bar, where we're the other
Anchovy
night.
Bar
Yeah.
and Valley. They do lovely, tonic based Porto Tonicos or vermouth, situations.
The Dirty Bamboo with some
The
sherry
Dirty
in there.
Bamboo, yeah.
They're going to be doing some verjus shrubs.
Yeah, I think so. But no, I think there's a market for it, especially like because it has, when you add ice, it gives you that little bit of a cocktail feeling, but it's low alcohol, which is nice.
That
The
Vermouth
Starling.
Blanco saved my life on Sunday night. I
Yeah.
was ready to fall asleep at that table before
The
that drink.
Starling has a big selection of vermouths.
Oh, that's good to know.
I can see that
Yeah.
because Liz is one of those people. Industry people are into vermouth,
Yeah.
And
but I don't know
digestives
that
and
other
aperitifs.
people are.
The Starling is an awesome, cute little bar that's on the west side of Sonoma.
Yeah.
Good snacks,
Great Bloody Marys.
great cocktails.
There's a great cocktail there called the Corpse Reviver.
Oh, so good.
And so what a corpse reviver is
It's
back
absinthe,
when
right?
people used to drink. No, when people used to drink
That's number
too
two.
much, and they would be drinking all day or all night, and they were too drunk, someone would fix them a corpse reviver, and that was supposed to bring them. This drink was going to bring them out of their
Let
stupor.
me make you this really strong cocktail. You'll feel much better.
But they make it, and they put a little thing of candied ginger in it.
Oh,
It's so good.
Yeah.
So
And
good.
chartreuse, right?
Yeah.
Chartreuse. It's not.
Yeah. You have the last word at night, and then you have the corpse reviver in the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the last thing I remember drinking there is chartreuse.
on your last visit.
Yes.
So always your last run that gets
Chartreuse VEP. Anyone that has it, if you have never had it before.
According to Kevin Burns,
like,
there's a gas station somewhere in Paso Robles that has a bunch of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
it's not cheap.
No.
Yeah. But it's fucking delicious. Yeah.
I've
Do you
never
have it neat or
understood the big
iced?
deal.
Just neat. I mean, you can't fuck that shit up. You
I
can't-
love
you-
the smell of it, but I don't know if I could drink a whole glass.
You could. I have no doubt. Trying a little Barbera.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, this is fun.
2023.
Hardy.
Shake Ridge, of course. Shout out Ann Kramer.
Yeah.
Extra dimensional.
Wine Co. Yeah.
Which takes me to, question I want to know. Just for you guys, for people that are coming to Sonoma this year, top 3 spots. Can't say yourself. Of kind of interesting or unique spots that they should go to taste wine. Because here's the thing. We talk to people all the time that come in here, and I'm kind of shocked at how people find tasting rooms to go to. Because I thought it would be more like the way I think about going to tasting rooms.
Which is what?
Which is, okay, am I interested in this particular producer? Am I interested in specific varietals? Like for 16600, I'm like, I'm a Grenache lover, I need to go there. Or am I like, what kind of experience am I looking for? Do I want to sit out in the middle of a vineyard, or do I want to be in a room where I have access to a record player? But 90% of people that I talk to literally just go on Google or Reddit and look at where should we go wine tasting in Sonoma.
Go on Reddit. For sure. They love us on Reddit
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
But if it was you, knowing what you know, and you were, or let's put it this way, let's say you have friends coming to town and they're already coming here. But they said, what are 3 spots that we should go to where we get kind of a varied experience of wine tasting in Sonoma?
I don't know.
Well, I always
don't
recommend
go
people
wine
go to Psy, even though that's not like it's a sparkling tasting room, and you can do different
For
types
me,
of
that's
sparkling.
after
That's after.
wine tasting,
Okay.
before dinner. Hitting there for
Also,
some
then
bubbles.
it would be a tasting. That was
Not
your
really.
last
I would be
tasting of the day.
I would be eating some caviar, drinking some champagne before going out to dinner.
Okay.
I'm talking about a tasting where like you go in and actually do a tasting somewhere.
I mean, obviously leading, but you got to go see Hardy. There's no wines on the planet like the wines that Hardy's making at Extra Dimensional.
Yeah.
And they're all delicious.
Who's the guy? So if you do like Syrah, sorry Syrah, I'm gonna make up for killing you earlier. But who's
3
the
times.
guy? Who's the Scottish guy who does all the different Syrahs?
So
John Mayer's favorite wine.
he's on my list.
okay.
Yeah, McLaren.
McLaren.
Because I would send somebody who's a Syrah lover to McLaren because he makes so many different Syrahs and so many different.
And his Viognier is great.
I need to try that. So many different styles that if you're a Syrah lover, I think you can't miss him. Definitely.
Not just if you're a Syrah lover. For me, it's one of the most unique experiences in Sonoma because you go to his house.
Oh,
and
he
you're
doesn't have an
literally-
open tasting room anymore.
No, it's
Yeah.
his tasting room is his house.
Oh.
So you're sitting on his back deck,
Uh-huh.
tasting wine with the winemaker. And he
Surrounded
does
by
Sauvignon
vineyards.
Blanc,
Mhm.
Rosé,
Pinot.
Viognier, Pinots, Syrahs, and then co-ferments Syrah with Viognier, Syrah with Roussan, and a Roussan. Yeah, that would be one of my top 3. And it's like someone you would never, like you're never going to see him.
He's not gonna pop up on your Google.
No,
Yeah.
but it makes no sense to me. And the wines are affordable and they're super high quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the pleasure, and this is way out at the very edge of Sonoma, of going to Knight's Bridge, and just the grounds, the wines, everything
Where
was
is that?
awesome. You're like in Calistoga, almost in Anderson Valley, but it's weird.
Alexander
I was
Valley.
like Alexander Valley. Like you're like and I'm like at the table, like feeling like I'm in Napa, and I look at the labels and they all say Sonoma. I'm like, we're in Sonoma. It's far.
You have to drive through Calistoga to get there.
Yeah.
It's like north of. Literally, it's just. I mean,
it,
the
it was
only
a
way to
trek,
describe it is
but
north of
like
Calistoga.
it was such a like amazing experience, and like the architecture too was very cool.
One of the tasting rooms that I like to go to, but this was like over 10 years ago, so correct me if I'm wrong, but was Westwood, because they always had some weird varietal.
I don't think they exist anymore.
I don't think they exist anymore.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was, what was the name of the winemaker that made those wines? Because he would come into the Grill
His
and the
wines were
Pig
good.
and drink
Yeah.
Chartreuse VEP. That was like his, that was like
Circle,
his
baby.
go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't mine, was it? Was it somebody out of the Melka world?
Anyway, they used to play with some really weird varietals that I'd never heard of, and they were fun and inexpensive, and
Yeah.
I especially like buying whites from them, and I knew I could go in there and taste something that would be different.
I would give somebody a list of the 30 wineries that poured at S.O.R.B.E.T and let them pick off of that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just go to the S.O.R.B.E.T webpage and pick off of there.
That doesn't exist yet.
I mean, I don't think they're Sonoma based, but the wineries I haven't been to that I want to go to are like Unti and Rhyme and Two Shepherds and
It's all Sonoma County. Maybe not
what's-
Unti.
what's the Pinot place I want to go to?
Literai.
Literai, yeah.
Yeah. If you get an appointment with Ted Lemon and then go see Unti is in Dry Creek, so you could actually go there and then go see Null, Doug and April. I was thinking more Sonoma. You guys are like branching way out.
Sonoma. Well,
We
we know them all. I don't know.
Yeah. But I had Cayman on my list, not going to the tasting room, but
We're going
going
to
to
Going to the
going
Sky
to
Deck,
the
yeah.
Sky
Yeah,
Deck
the Sky
and
Deck's
actually,
pretty
like,
great.
Yeah, that's
seeing
probably the
bay.
best. I mean, shout out to obviously Rapri and Stone Edge and stuff like that. But as far as like best single mountain tasting out of Sonoma, also because it's 15
very
minutes from the
private
plaza.
too.
Right.
Yeah. But Be Wise
And-
gives it a run for its money.
Yeah.
and-
Fair.
With the caves.
Yeah.
But you don't get Robert Kamen with Mickey Mouse hands and a sarong on showing up at your tasting. room.
Leave that photo up.
worth every penny.
Blue Farm does a really intimate experience too.
Good call.
Yeah, you're in
Yep.
like a rose garden at their house, and the wines are just lovely. And yeah. And they do some fun off the beat path stuff. They do like a pet nat and
Yeah. That's because of the daughter,
Hannah.
yeah,
Hannah.
Hannah?
Hannah.
Oh, fuck.
very German.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I've had a bottle of Hudson wines, and it was really good, but I haven't
Don't I
been
drive
there.
by that all the
Napa.
time?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like across the road from Domaine Carneros.
It's
Yeah.
Napa, though, right?
Yeah, that's Napa.
Oh, well.
Yeah, a little bit further down the road, right? All right.
You know what I actually went to is they have a lot of fun events, and actually their tasting experience is really great. Is the Pinot producers that are, gosh, I'm blanking so bad for the podcast. No, they're out
San
on 8th
Giacomo.
Street.
Oh.
Patson Hall.
Patson
Patson
Hall.
Hall. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Their grounds are really pretty too.
Their
like,
grounds are beautiful. They have a really great inside setting, and you can do relatively inexpensive like food pairing. That's great there, and then they have fun
they have sparkling.
events. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Great
Grant-
job
if
getting
you're like
2 gems into this episode.
Yeah.
We have to make sure they know what the next meeting's is.
And they're owned by the winemaker again, which is
Right.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grant just started working there, so that's awesome too.
So there you go.
Grant,
Yeah.
friend of the pod.
Any
Yeah.
more listener questions?
I don't think that was all of them. Let's see if we got anything else. Somebody asked me, how long have you loved the Grateful Dead? I'm 42, so that's
42?
what I got. That was it. Sort of I put it up like 3 hours ago, so I think we did pretty good on
I saw
gathering
it
some
this
questions.
morning.
Yeah, why didn't you ask? Oh, you did ask questions.
And then, okay, last thing, best wines that you've tried so far this year. If you can remember.
I mean, the one that Poulney Montrachet that we had at dinner the other night at EDK,
It was really good.
that was, sorry, Jasmine. Jasmine was working really hard, crawling around the bar next door.
She was there for a minute. She could have come in and tried
Yes.
something.
I had chef bleeding that I had to take care of.
Um,
They're always bleeding.
but God, we've had a lot of wine this year. The bottle of Dom Perignon that I drank at the bar at the Four Seasons with Chris Tynan at like midnight in Atlanta sticks out as a good bottle of wine this year.
Nice.
And he paid for it, which made it even better.
Yeah, it always tastes better.
We purchased and brought to Enclos your favorite Syrah.
Yeah, which I'm not talking about anymore because people keep going, "Oh, I found a bottle of this." I'm like, "Fuck you,
Buy it
stop
for
buying
you.
it."
95 Arajo Syrah.
Yeah.
Iced
And
was
then
pretty dope.
the Rioja we had that night was really good too.
Did we get a white or a red Rioja?
I believe it was a red. I have a picture of it somewhere.
That's the thing. I was trying to like go through my phone and look at labels,
Yeah.
things that I drank this year.
Yeah, for me it was 19 Chauve, L'Hermitage, Marsanne. Blew my fucking mind.
That was your. Did we give that to you?
No.
You bought it on yourself.
I got it at Bottle Barn, probably.
Bottle Barn or
I think I
Todd.
got 2 bottles, or maybe
And drank them both.
Sonoma's Best. 100%.
What a collector!
Paying you too much.
And I don't and I didn't even have a picture of them because it was one of those bottles where you open it up and you realize when you take the first sip, I'm not doing anything else. I'm throwing some music on, and I am just going to sit here until that bottle is gone. And then the shared notes, the Sauvignon Blanc from Bibiana Gonzalez Rave and Jeff Pizzoni. Is that her husband?
Mm-hmm.
They do a Sauvignon Blanc project that is, and fucking Dagenau Silix that I had this year too. And it's not DDA anymore; it's his son. But
you got any other like blue chip unicorns you're gonna throw out as the best bottle of wine you had this year?
I've had some pretty stellar white Burgundy this year. But
Yeah, it's been a lot of white Burgundy this year. It's been a year of white Burgundy.
I'm into it.
Every year should be a year of white Burgundy.
Oh, and the 23 Pure White,
Mm.
Oh, I'm jealous.
which Burns and the winemaker from Top.
Stanley.
Stanley brought over to that dinner we did up at Phil's house, but then Jasmine and I got to have a really good dinner at Table Culture Provisions and brought a bottle of the Pure White and then had some of the
Pure red.
Are they poured by the glass there or
some of
something
that.
like
They
No,
did
it was
at that
Baroche.
moment.
It was just
Domaine La Baroche by the
Baroche
glass.
Chateauneuf de
but
Pop, but that was
Yeah.
that was epic.
It was
Especially with
I had the Pure red with Burns this year, and it's lovely to revisit. I fucking love that wine.
Burns. I opened a Pure with Burns this year. Also, it was the first vintage of it, and it was totally over the hill. That sucked.
Oh, that
was
sucks.
sad. It was heartbreaking.
I think I had like an 18 or a 19. It was great.
It was like an 06.
the
The year before they got the 100 points.
Oh, the 06 unicorn fucking Zinfandel that your dad.
Oh, right.
That
The
was-
06
that
16600.
was great.
which I had never seen in my life.
I honestly,
I have never
hadn't
seen it either.
I had never. I think he sold it all to Nick at the Harvest Moon.
It was
But
delicious.
Jeff Lopes had a bottle in his cellar. They opened it at on a Saturday night.
At Valley with like a bunch of dessert wine.
Yeah, stuck it in the fridge here with 2 inches left in the bottle. I had some at the after Vinyl Sunday, and then did you guys taste it that day or the next day?
I tasted it that day, and it was still
And the next
pretty.
day it was still great.
Yeah, it was still really pretty.
Doesn't exist in the world. That was
Yeah.
the last bottle. You're welcome.
And just kind of a weird side note, but the Brian Hurley, the winemaker from you say it, Coteau Pavot.
Coteau
Pavot.
Coteau. His Grenache Gris orange wine.
That was cool.
All right.
It's kind of the ones that stood out.
All right.
It's just kind of stood out from all the wines I've had this year. Because I've never had a orange wine that I really
Liked.
right.
And the Set Sapage champagne that Chris Cottrell brought out, I thought that was
That was
freaking
really
dope. That
good.
didn't taste like any champagne I'd ever had. That was awesome.
No.
All right.
I had more anchovies than I've ever had in my life.
I need to come to more of y'all's dinners. So
Oh, that's
I
it.
need to go to more of our dinners. Fuck.
I can't wait to go back to Anchovy. That place was killer.
Shout outs, events.
Yeah. It's fucking
Right.
exhausting.
It's an hour and a half into the show. Let's spend the next hour and a half talking about all the things that we're doing.
Just got done with this weekend.
All right, then let's not talk about events. Look on the
No,
website.
No, we
no.
need to tell people
your emails.
like
Wine Club should be going live at the end of the month.
Vintages from the Vault.
Vintages from the Vault is in play right now.
3 Mags and Coltrane.
3 mags and Coltrane for $300. Best deal ever.
Because I'm bad at math.
Wait, you should explain that because that actually is the best deal ever.
It's because I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So the wine club within the wine club.
Yes.
Every 3 months, you get an album and 3 bottles of wine out of the cellar. And it just happens to be 3 magnums this time with Love Supreme Coltrane album.
A blue.
And is it really $300?
Yeah. This is not my fault.
So let me just say that if anyone wants
supposed to be at least $65 more.
We only have 30 albums, so
And no, 25 of those have sold.
we have 5 albums left. Actually, we want to keep one. I think you already opened one.
I already opened them.
So we have 4 albums left. If you want to join this club,
The plastic is ripped.
and get on the board.
We have International Grenache Day with Costas Tacos.
Which I noticed that other people are celebrating on a different day. Have you guys seen that? That like some people are, is it Rhone Rangers? They're doing it like on the 19th.
That's the day we're doing it.
Wait, and they were doing it on some other day. Anyway, you guys are doing it on the 19th. I say you guys.
The third Friday in September.
Yeah.
And it's the most important holiday of the year.
So it's like a pagan holiday.
Yes, clearly. Hedonistic. It's Grenache.
It's Grenache. I love it.
Tacos du Rhone.
And then the biggest final Sunday party ever.
But we're not even there yet. Hold on. We got so many
All
other
right.
things going on.
Do we?
The Terra Madre.
Oh, that's right.
We got...
I need to sign up for that.
I'll be there. The Terra Madre will be there on Jean de Bois will be there on Sunday pouring, but we'll also be at the bar all 3 days.
And that's in Sacramento.
But either
Right.
Dan or I, or maybe both of us, will be pouring at a table at Terra Madre in Sacramento on the Sunday.
Also, Sonoma Valley Vintage Festival. Bart's not here. I'll speak on behalf of the Sonoma Valley vintners and growers. It's going to be awesome. I don't know what's going on. Go to their website and buy tickets.
Yeah. Also, Friday, August 29th, we are going to be pouring at the Fairmont with Stéphane Vivier.
I saw that.
And who was the other?
There was a cab. Somebody making cab. It was Stefan with the Chard and the Pinot.
And they're
Gotta
doing
find
like
the
a
Mark Bodmer.
grape stomp. They're kind of kicking off.
It's their harvest party.
It's their harvest party.
But we're also somewhere else that night. Oh, it's Friday night flights that night also.
Oh my gosh. All the things. Double duty on the Fairmont again.
Yes.
Oh, Moon Hollow is going to be doing Sauvignon Blanc and Cab.
Perfect.
Our partners in crime. Yeah, and then October 12th. So we're actually able to officially talk about
Yes.
music.
Were we not talking about it before? So it's
I was in person, but
the
not.
triple whammy anniversary. It'll be Phil's. This is Phil's 60th harvest since he was 13 years old at his first harvest. You do the math. It is the 20th year since 16600 was on a bottle of wine, the 2005 Napa Valley Syrah Frankenwine, and then the 10th year of the tasting house right now. The August 2015 was when, summer of 2015, I got married, I got curry, and I opened a tasting room in the same 2-month span. Because clearly I'm crazy. And so that's at the barn. Tickets are on sale on the website. The headliner is the Abbey Roads, which is led by Reed Mathis and Aaron Manger. I'm not remembering the bassist at the moment, but what they're doing is kind of like last year with the Paul Simon jam. It's going to be Abbey Roads, Beatles music jammed out. And the opener is Bella Rain, which if you haven't been following Brian's
awesome.
Instagram, she's amazing. Just this prodigy guitar player, and she's 18 or 19 years old, putting together a great band and gonna shred for an hour before the Abbey Roads come up and melt our faces with Beatles jams.
Yeah.
And food's going to be killer.
Valley Swim Club doing the food. So it's gonna be, that's a good one.
Sorry, I got the sound effects going.
What did I do? Valley, swim club. I got sound effects too, man. And tickets are on the website. It's gonna be great. Don't miss it. Party of the year.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
And then what do we do after that?
Sleep.
Yes.
Well,
Never.
I will still be in
Jasmine will do
wine
a
club.
club. We'll be
Hopefully-
picking grapes,
I'll be
harvesting,
making wine,
fermenting.
yeah.
I'll hopefully be done moving.
Yeah. You fucking better be. Most likely I'll have a pick at 6 a.m. the next morning because that's what I always do. And then we're going to Miami for Venus Icons in November. Bienvenidos a Miami. And then, we'll have a New Year's show. We'll probably do 3 other things between now and then. Just in case anybody, gets complacent.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to break off a little side company off of 16600 event planning.
No, I think that we should break a little winery off of the 16600 event planning company.
That's all right. Keeps us out there. It was actually one of the things that I read about and the things that people want when they go to, when they are picking brands and when they are drinking wine is they want people that are out there engaged.
Doing stuff.
And
having fun.
That's 100% us.
Wine is fun.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. Although we didn't have a DJ
it's not,
at S.O.R.B.E.T.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah, that was the one thing that was missing was music.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Although it was very loud in there. I was shouting.
Very loud, but
and Brian's like, I have a sore throat. Everybody else has a sore throat. Are we getting sick? No, we've been yelling for 4 hours.
I thought I was getting
We
sick.
were very confused about why there were cough drops at every table, and then we figured that out.
It was great.
Ali Badar.
Ali Badar.
Shout out to Ali Badar. Start the show and end the show shouting out the force of nature that is Bedrock's enologist, Ali Badar.
Cool. Good week, guys.
All right. So can we go take a nap? Right. We were Ed, this was as high energy as we could get this week. Sorry.
The notes will say show.
We did a show. We talked. Yeah, it was great.
I don't know of any guests on the future. Actually,
I don't know.
There are a couple.
There's a couple? We're working on something?
Yeah, if you don't follow Sierra Wine Guy on Instagram,
Sierra Wine Guy, you are missing out.
We are
he's awesome.
Lining him up. But
do we know it's I guess it's a guy. Do we know
it's a guy. His name's Joe.
Dude,
So,
I don't think you're
shout
supposed to
out
like.
Joe.
I guess Joe's.
It's in his profile.
Okay.
So you can just go on Instagram.
We're not
and see
exposing anything.
No.
Are we going to do like a voice changing app on him when he's talking?
No. He wants to introduce us to some people up in the foothills. So it will be a road trip.
He's in the Sierras.
Yeah.
It's not just a clever name.
Yeah.
Okay. There's great Movedra out there.
Yeah. So
are we marrying Movedra or are we fucking Movedra? I can't remember.
I'm married. I'm married Movedra.
Yeah.
Slut. She loves that Movedra.
I do.
All right, guys. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Subscribe, review, tell your friends to buy tickets early for S.O.R.B.E.T. next year.
Oh my God. Deuces.